Hello and welcome to Truth versus Hype. Some weeks ago, we had exposed questions over the sources of funding in the business of Nitin Gadkari, but the BJP president got himself cleared by an in-house inquiry. Now, the same modus operandi being used in another scam that we had investigated of massive corruption in the awarding of irrigation contracts in Maharashtra, where Ajit Pawar, NCP leader and the state's long-serving irrigation minister, had resigned. He claimed until his name could be cleared. But who would clear his name? A white paper produced by the Irrigation Ministry, which his own party controls. And what did this paper find? That all was well with Maharashtra irrigation. And so Mr. Pawar, armed with a self-generated clean chit, got himself sworn in again.
मैं पूरी मिनिस्ट्री से बाहर था क्योंकि ऐसा किसी ने एलिगेशन नहीं करना चाहिए कि अजित पवार ने ही उसमें इंटरफेयर किया और इसीलिए ऐसा वाइट पेपर निकाला.
And the same chief minister who had personally questioned the mess in irrigation found himself defending the turn of events.
When I go to a drought-prone area, drought-affected area, and people ask me for water, I am answerable to them.
Why has the project not been completed?
Why the project not been completed? And as I said, 80,000 crores worth of pending projects.
बाहेर जायचा निर्णय त्यांनी घेतला होता आज याचा निर्णय त्यांनी घेतलाय आमचं आघाडी सरकार आहे.
But has this hasty cover-up job even remotely addressed the very serious charges against him? The white paper is a massive document. After all, it has to defend Ajit Pawar's long track record as the state's irrigation minister from 1999 to 2009. But in the end, this comes up short, bypassing every single allegation that has haunted the recent history of irrigation in Maharashtra. Apathy, delays, cronyism, poor quality construction and widespread corruption.
The primary allegation is that the irrigated area in the state only went up by 0.1% from 2000 to 2010 under Ajit Pawar. The NCP's white paper, though, claims the irrigated area rose by over 5%. But many believe that the reasons for that increase have not been made clear at all. The other allegation is that Ajit Pawar changed the rules to personally clear all irrigation projects over ₹1 crores. The NCP's white paper claims this was a directive passed by the governor during an earlier regime. But many say that Ajit Pawar bypassed procedures, especially the Irrigation Corporation's governing council, which wasn't part of the governor's diktat. The other allegation pertains to huge cost escalations in irrigation projects, which the white paper justifies by claiming that this was because of a hike in land costs, royalty and so on. But many say that the costs were escalated after tenders were cleared in violation of rules.
If you see Kondane dam of Konkan, without permission, without rehabilitation, 50% work was completed, and still the cost was raised from 50 crores to 350 crores in just 1 month. Why this? Or in the case of Balganga, it went from 500 crores to 1500 crores. Why this? So all these reasons, are absolute blatant lie. The facts are different and facts can be substantiated because everything is on paper.
And as for the last allegation of large-scale corruption in irrigation, that falls outside the ambit of the white paper entirely. And that is why people say that a credible criminal investigation is needed into the irrigation scam.
He resigned because there was a chaos and confusion made over by people who said that there was 70,000 crores put in by the state government and only 0.1% of irrigation land has increased and all that. Right. So he was probably taken aback and said that if I have, with the bottom of my heart, worked sensitively, emotionally for the improvement of the irrigation sector, and if this is the doubt raised, then let me go aside. Let you come to a conclusion what exactly has happened in Maharashtra, and then I will see if I want to come back.
But that conclusion, no, one second. That conclusion has not been arrived at by some independent body. That is a conclusion arrived at by the same irrigation department, which comes under the same NCP. So what is the credibility of the exercise?
Can I, Srinivasan Jain, ask you a simple question? In this country, a genocide is alleged against Narendra Modi, who is now in the race of the Prime Minister of this country. And NDTV has a program on that.
Are you
has he cleared on all doubts?
No. Are you comparing
There is a
Ajit
there was a
Pawar?
chief
Are you
minister
comparing
there is
Ajit
a
Pawar
chief
to
minister
Narendra
named
Modi?
Yadurappa in Karnataka, and he was alleged of massive corruption, was put in jail by Supreme Court, and then he continued as the leader of BJP. Did anybody question on that?
Yes.
In Purti corruption, Gadkari still remains as the president of BJP
we are
with
questioning.
amassing wealth and maintaining shell companies and getting crores and crores rupees into his pocket.
The white paper, if at all you say that this is a white paper, I would say it is a status report. It mentions nothing about policy. It mentions nothing about corruption. It mentions nothing about the cartel. It mentions nothing about the washed out assets. It mentions nothing about the escalations. So basically it is evasive, and it is evasive because it's a tool by which Mr. Ajit Pawar wanted to evade SIT probe into the scam. It's a modus operandi by which giving something blatant lie and telling that I've got a clean sheet, so I am coming back, is the modus operandi.
In short, less a white paper, more a whitewash, with little bearing on the reality of irrigation contracts in Maharashtra. The malpractice, many say, begins with how irrigation tenders were manipulated by Maharashtra's irrigation corporations. The actual tender estimate floated by the irrigation department would always be higher than the original cost of the project. So, for example, a project that should only cost 80 crores was padded up to show that it's a 100 crore project. The next step would be to tip off the contractor so that the lowest bid would still be higher than this estimated cost. So the lowest bid would be, say, 125 crores. But the dilemma for the department was that any bid which is 5% higher than the original cost needed to go to a higher authority for clearance. How would they get around this? To get around this, the corporations would lower the cost of the contractor after his bid was in. In document after document, the contractor's bid magically falls just short of 5%. Once the tender was awarded, the costs were again escalated. A committee of inquiry found that costs were padded for what it called a series of frivolous reasons, like adding taxes which were already there in the original estimate.
And if you look at Kondhane Dam, in Thane, which in many senses started the whole thing, the cost was escalated just within 1 month after signing the tender. And it shocked a number of us. In case of Kondhane, they said that there was a height increase from around 39 meters to 71 meters. And they said that this was demanded by the local population. But we do not have any papers to substantiate this.
This meant, for instance, that projects like the Bal Ganga Dam in Raigad was estimated at 350 crores, awarded for 488 crores, and afterwards escalated to over 1200 crores.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.